its way out and winter on its way in, I figured today would be a great day to sit down and design a new silicone mermaid tail for the tail of the season. If you aren't sure what the tail of the season is, it is the discounted silicone mermaid tail that I release each new season on my website, themagiccrafter.com. This is done in collaboration with Braver, and basically what we do is we pick a color and we pick a set amount of fins and we pick a certain fluke and we pick a certain set of scales, and we have that mermaid tail for sale at a very discounted price for a limited time. This allows us to streamline the design process, and it allows you to get a silicone mermaid tail for a really cheap price. These are food grade silicone tails, and you can read more about that on the website. The current tail of the season, as of fall 2025, is the Lake Superior Siren mermaid tail. And today we're going to work on designing the winter 2025 mermaid tail, which will go on sale until spring of 2026. It feels really weird saying 2026. I don't like it. I feel old. So let's grab some colored pencils and maybe some acrylic paint and maybe some glittery paint, and let's go design some silicone mermaid tails. I have a few design ideas in mind. I don't know which one I'm going to choose, so maybe you guys can help me pick. I kind of have my mind set on one of them, but like if you guys really like the other one better and it's one that you'd be more interested in buying, we can maybe take the wheel and just like turn that way a little bit. But I really think you will like this one design that I have in my mind. We shall see. We shall see. So we were originally going to color all of this and show you it. Luckily, I had this done a different day, so I have a copy of this. My one colored pencil I needed is broken like all the way through, and every time I sharpen it, it just falls off. So we can't do that, but what we are going to do is we are going to outline the scales, which will hopefully look pointy like this. I want to use the new scales for whichever design I end up using that Braver created, because I think they're really cool, along with this new fluke design. I think it looks really nice. So we're going to outline the scales with some glittery white. This is not the glittery white I had planned to use. I actually lost it. Today's been one of those days where nothing has worked out. So we're taking some glittery paint. Hopefully I will not stick my hand in the paint. Let's see if we can't do this. All right. This design was actually inspired by Lake Michigan. It has lots of different colors, and one of the colors it turns is kind of like this aqua color when there's a storm, so that's what this is. And also the aqua color appears in the shallow water of Lake Michigan. And then it has deeper blues, so I thought if we had it fade into some deeper blues and like a sky blue, that'd look really nice. And then because the shape of these scales kind of remind me of waves, I would like them to be outlined in a glittery white. This would be a very glittery tail. I don't know, I think it would look nice. This would be a Lake Michigan inspired tail. I don't know about the fins yet. I haven't decided if there's going to be fins on this tail or not. Sometimes it's nice not to have too many fins because fins can get in the way, and I personally think that sometimes life is easier without them. We're going to make this tail look nice and pretty. The idea is that it's going to be a very glittery tail, and you guys all voted that you like blue, so I'm hoping you'll like this design. And I'm also thinking of actually getting this tail so that you guys can see it. And because I don't actually own a blue silicone tail, I do have my sister's blue silicone tail, but it's not like all the way blue. It's black and blue and gold. I can't really see what I'm doing. Not very well. This is not like a super great angle. Normally I would be sitting like right over the tail I'm working on so I could see what I'm doing. But in this instance, if I'm sitting too close, you guys will see the back of my head. So I have to sit at kind of an angle, and it makes it difficult to see precisely what I'm doing. We'll probably cut this video. I'll give you like a little speed up maybe here so you can see some of the process.
In a world full of dreams, where the moonlight softly beams, there's a place where wonders gleam, and seems. Mountains high, valleys low, where the gentle breezes blow. Friends we meet and the seas we sow. Together we will grow.
So here is the first design. This is the Lake Michigan tail. I don't know if that'll be the official name of it if we go with this one. It will have some aqua-ish blue fading to a darker blue, fading to like a sky blue, if that works with the pigments, because that'll be the deciding factor. And the scales will be outlined in white. It will obviously look different than this in real life because this is colored pencils and paint, and my scales are very, very sloppy. But this is kind of the gist of the design. There will probably be some fins added to it too, but this is the first option. If you guys want to let me know how you like that one. Inspired by Lake Michigan, my favorite Great Lake. And now we are going to attempt to go to another coloring sheet, and hopefully our colored pencils will not break. We shall see. So I don't really have a solid plan for this next tail design, but I love purple tails. And so what I figured we'd do is we would start by just making a purple tail. I don't really have inspiration really for this tail. It's not like from anywhere. It's kind of just from my imagination and my desire to have more purple in the world. I feel like purple is one of those colors that isn't very common in nature, but it also complements nature really well. Like purple and green go so good together. When I had my my dragon puppet in the forest, it just looked so nice in the woods. And I don't know, I just love purple. No idea what direction this design is going to go, if it'll take a dark direction or a lighter direction. I'm kind of leaning more towards having some like lighter colored tails for this winter season. I just feel like, I don't know, it'd be nice to kind of just like mix it up a little bit. A lot of the mermaid tails I personally own are darker, and I know a lot of people do like more of the darker looks, but I feel like where the braver tails really shine is their sparkles. Like they're just so darn sparkly, and I really want whatever tail design that I make for this winter season just really demonstrate how beautiful the sparkly tails are. And since Lake Michigan is extremely cold right now, I would have to take whatever tail I end up getting to show you guys. I will have to take it to a swimming pool, and swimming pool lighting, for whatever reason, picks up on the sparkliness of the braver tails so much better than outdoor lighting. Like you can see the sparkles really well in natural lighting, like when it's sunny, you can see them, but the camera does not pick up the sparkles, like at all. It's so disappointing. The only way I've found that I can sometimes get the sparkles on camera is if, instead of using my DSLR camera, which is the one I'm recording on right now, that like has really good image quality, if I use my GoPro from an above water angle, sometimes we can pick up on the sparkles, but not all the time. So when I design tails, I usually go in with a color lightly, and then I'll just kind of add like other layers of colors on top of them. I am not a professional artist. I'm a professional mermaid. So forgive my really harsh pencil lines, please. But yeah, I'm really hoping that this mermaid tail for the winter season will be a sparkly, sparkly beauty, because I just love how glittery the braver tails are. And since the glitter is embedded into the silicone, they really, in my experience, don't shed the glitter. But if you do end up getting one of these and you do get one of the glitter tails, just make sure to rinse it off before you use it really good, because sometimes the glitter that's left over from the factory can just kind of like stick to the silicone, since everything loves to stick to silicone. So yeah, but otherwise they really don't shed, and it's great. At least not in my experience. I'll lay them out on the carpet and everything to dry, and every once in a while I'll find like a little piece of glitter for the most part. But like in general, I don't see much at all. And if I do find a piece of glitter on the floor, it's very rare. Like it's maybe once per summer. And I have 5 braver tails now. 4 of which are sparkly. So the odds are pretty good. They do a good job. Because the pigment is internal and not external, you don't have to worry about paint scraping off either. Some of my older silicone tails are starting to lose paint. And so sometimes it sheds, and that's sad. I don't like it. Okay. Oh, shall we go with violet? I don't really remember what violet looks like. We're gonna see. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Okay. Let's see. What shall we do here? Do we want to have the ridges darker, or do we want to have the tail darker? I'm thinking, what if we just play with it and find out? We're going to go really light with this violet. Like, really light. Like a subtle two-tone purple might actually not be bad. Like, what if... I don't even know. Again, these are just kind of concepts. They will be not the final designs because I'll be adding fins, and because Braver uses liquid silicone that is tinted with pigment to create tails rather than like taking an airbrush and painting them with external paint. You have to make sure that the pigments that are used will actually like create a smooth gradient together. Certain colors like black and gold, for whatever reason, they just cannot create a smooth gradient. I will have to pass the designs I'm making on to Braver and see if they are possible. And if modifications are needed, I will modify things. Yeah. Apparently I'm not very good at staying in lines. Oops. What I think would look good at this, if I'm going to be honest, I don't know why, because gold has just been one of those colors I've been really digging as an accent lately. I feel like gold and purple would be so beautifully royal. And a lot of people, when I polled you guys to see like what kind of tail you like, as far as like siren or princess or tropical or natural, a lot of people did vote siren and a lot of people did vote natural. This would not be very natural, but I feel like this could swing between like siren and princess. If you have like purple and gold, I feel like you could really dress up a tail like this to be either or. Like it could be really like cheerful and happy looking if you wanted it to be, depending on how you do your makeup and what accessories you wear with it. But I also feel like a tail like this could also look very siren-like. The thing is, do I want these? I don't know what I'm doing. We're just gonna do this and see. We're just creating some designs. Hopefully my camera's recording this. Sorry the other one wasn't so long. The whole idea behind this was I was gonna relax with you guys. We were going to design some tails together and just kind of chill. And then things just didn't quite work out with that first design because my colored pencils decided that they wanted to die and my paint decided that it wanted to hide, I guess. So it all worked out in the end because I guess I kind of came prepared. My sister had some appointments she had to go to and she wanted some company. So I went with her and I actually colored that design while I was at some appointments with her. Personally, when it comes to silicone mermaid tails, I don't like it when the ridges are like a solid chunk and they don't like create a gradient onto the fluke itself, which is one of the downsides of Braver tails is you can't really have a gradient from like the fluke to the like fin area. You can with airbrush tails. So to get around that, what I think will be good is if we can kind of fade this area into these a little bit. We'll see. Or I might just change their color altogether to just match all this. Maybe we'll just do a solid purple and then go from there. Might be the plan I'm taking. Because I kind of, as much as I like this color, I kind of like this color better. I think it would really pop with gold. That's the idea I was thinking for kind of like bringing this ridge color into, or blending it in a little bit better with like the whole fluke. But I just don't know. There's also some different fluke designs that are newer that Braver has. if there's one that interests you guys specifically. I do have one that has like feathers on it, and I would love that for my Mermaid Shadow character because Shadow was inspired by the ex-pirate Gan-Ning, and in fictional accounts he is associated with crows. So I always thought it'd be kind of cool to have a crow tail for that character, but I already have so many mermaid tails for my Shadow character, and Shadow does not need another tail, and I do not need another tail. So we are resisting. All right, we might actually just kind of roll with this. I kind of like this gradient of like two different purples that are similar but different. It kind of reminds me of the night sky a little bit. If you guys didn't know this, a lot of what I do is just kind of inspired by nature in general. Like my videos that I make, they're influenced greatly by whatever Lake Michigan or whatever lake I'm in decides to do. Like if a lake decides to have bad visibility, then we roll with it and we make that a spooky video. If a lake decides to give us a bunch of silly fish, it might end up being a sillier video. Or if we get a lot of sunshine, it's going to be a happier video generally. So I don't know. Nature's awesome. I love nature. But oftentimes, just in life in general, a lot of things that I do, or a lot of the concepts in my head, are always heavily influenced by nature because, I don't know, I guess we're part of nature, so maybe that makes sense. I think that could look nice, kind of like a purpley blue mixed with a purpley purple. And that should still allow for a lot of glitter, but it does allow for also a bit of a darker theme to be blended into this. Unfortunately, these colors are not as smooth looking as the colors that I used for the blue tail, so that makes me a little sad. We'll fix it up. So I think if we make this like a gradient, and then if we make the scales maybe outlined in gold, although I think honestly outlined in blue could be really pretty. But I do love gold. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe we need to have a mirror image of this tail on this side, and then we could just like see how it looks with both different varieties. We might have to do that, but I'll probably pause the video if I plan on doing that, or if I end up doing that. That way you guys don't have to watch me color two entire tails. The goal of this video though is just to kind of relax, hang out a little bit, talk a little bit, and yeah, you guys can see a little bit of my process when it comes to designing things. I have a live stream that I posted quite a while ago, and it shows some of my design draft ideas for different silicone mermaid tails that I have wanted to get in the future, or that I want to get in the future, or I have already gotten in some cases. And I always design them with colored pencils and oftentimes with paint as well, usually metallic paint or glittery paint. Let's see. I think we need to add a little bit more purple. Let's see. Do this one. Just wish it wasn't so like goopy looking. Like there's all those little white areas in it. Don't know if I'll be able to smooth those out any. If you're this far along in the video, why don't you tell me something that you're looking forward to in your life? Just anything. It could be simple, it could be big. I'm looking forward to maybe relaxing and playing some video games tonight and not having my toes bent like they are right now, because I sit in weird positions and the circulation in my toes is cut off and my knee is slammed up against this dresser thing that I'm coloring on, and it hurts a little bit, so I'm looking forward to that. Not the most positive thing to look forward to maybe, but I am looking forward to that. Also looking forward to spring, which is a little premature because it's not even winter yet. But winters are so long and so cold here, I just don't enjoy them. But spring is always nice, and I feel like spring wouldn't be quite as enjoyable if it wasn't for long winters, because like it just makes you appreciate the nice weather so much more. Spring is just so exciting. Every single blade of grass that pops up just feels like it deserves to be celebrated after all that snow. And I love mud. And I just love that when you go outside in the spring, you can smell everything because like you're so used to not being able to smell anything in the winter since it's just covered by a blanket of snow. Just, it's a treat being able to smell things. And I probably sound like a wild animal saying that, but it's true. It's great. All right. Wow, I kind of really am digging this. Here I had my mind set on that Lake Michigan tail, but this one's really nice too. All right. I think we've gotten some of the chalky bits out. I think I'm going to pause the video, do the same thing to this side, and then we will go on and paint the scales the different colors. We're going to pretend they're identical. This one definitely I was a little more heavy-handed with. So yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to take some gold glitter paint and we're going to create some scales. Like I said earlier, I do want to use those new pointed scales no matter which color we go with because I think they're super pretty. So we're going to actually start with gold for one of these tails. And I was thinking blue or purple might look really good outlining the other one. Obviously they're the same color, or at least they're supposed to be. Remember, we're pretending. So yeah, but we'll start by taking some gold and we will do our best to make this tail look good. I think for the sake of not wasting your time, I'm going to just skip ahead to show you what this looks like after I put all the gold scales on it, and then we'll work on this one next. So we've outlined this tail in gold, or the scales anyway, and I kind of like how it looks. Like I really love gold with purple. It looks very nice, but I kind of feel like there needs to be some gold accenting down here somehow. So I might do something with that later. I'm not sure. It'll depend if they can do that without getting rid of this little gradient, because I like that a lot there. So now what we're going to do on this side is we're going to take, oh, this is the wrong color. Oh well, I can't seem to find anything that I need today. It's all missing. It's just been one of those days. I wanted the glitter color. I have a glitter version of this. I have no idea where it is, apparently. But we're just going to use the metallic version, but this would be glittery because I want all these tails to be glittery. We're going to take this metallic blue and we're going to see if blue looks good as a scale outline for this purple tail. So here are all the designs that we have. This is the night sky looking one. I don't really like the blue scales, but I do like the gold scales. I don't know what I do with the fluke though. Here is the Lake Michigan inspired tail. I really love this one. It looks really nice. The scales would be outlined in a white sparkly sort of thing, but when the sparkle's dried it doesn't really look white. It would be really pretty, I think. Here too I was playing around with. I didn't put any scales on them. This one's clearly Spyro inspired and I messed it up, so I kind of just gave up on it. And I wouldn't use it. It was just for fun because this fluke screams Spyro the Dragon. And then the yellow and orange one is just one I was playing with, and then I thought, well, it would look really good outlined in pink glitter, but I don't know where my pink glitter is, and I don't think you guys really want a pink tail. Even though I know you don't want a pink tail. Oh gosh, these ones look awful. I gave up on the scales after a while and just started like running through them, just speed running the scales. But I made a pink one with gold because I think pink and gold look so nice, especially with the new scale shape that Braver has. And then this one, I went with that aqua color because I found a pencil that wasn't broken. And I thought, well, we could do like a storm cloud color as an outline and then fade into the Lake Michigan colors, but I really don't like how it looks. And I think the dark would be a little too overwhelming. So those are the ones I have made. I've run out of creative energy, so I'm done making scales or tails for right now. But please let me know which one you liked best. And look forward to seeing one of these designs or a variation of one of these designs come to life soon.